Hey everybody, Mary Z here for Voice Hacks by Mary Z, answering a question that is so common. How do I practice screams or loud singing in my home environment? I live in an apartment. How can I dampen the noise? All right, well, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks in this video on how to set up a quiet area at home where you can rehearse without disturbing anybody. So, if you live in an apartment or a shared building where you share walls with someone else, you want to try to find a closet that has the least amount of shared walls. Obviously, if you live above somebody or below somebody, you always share the ceiling or the floor. But sometimes there are closets where it's only internal walls inside the apartment, not any neighboring walls, or it borders on the outside of the building. If you maybe know the floor plan of the adjacent apartment, hopefully, if it shares a wall with the other apartment, try to pick the one where you know that there's also a closet on the other side. Okay, not someone's bedroom. Don't pick that closet, or perhaps their living room. Try to pick the one with the least amount of shared walls. Number two, what you want to do is start emptying that closet. Take some clothes out, buy some drawers, whatever you have to do to put in your room to store your clothes, but take a little bit of clothes out. Make space for yourself in there, enough for you to stand there and sing or scream comfortably. So make a space. That's number two. Number three is you're going to put some soundproofing in that space. So you could leave it half full of clothes once you've made enough room for yourself. That's a really great way to start dampening things. If you share a floor or a ceiling, you may want to dampen either the floor or the ceiling, depending on what you share. You could get blankets, you can get foam. Remember, we're not monitoring things, we're not mixing anything. You just really need it to be dead. So you want to just pad it with whatever you can afford. Fold some blankets up on the floor and stand on them. Hang a couple blankets up over the clothes rack if there's one in there that you've kind of emptied out. If you can make space to do it. And sound foam is cheap. Sometimes I tell people, subscribe to the Joanne Fabrics text coupons and then go over there and get a 50% off bag of foam or something, or some batting that goes in, inside the quilts, or some foam that they have. It'll be a little cheaper than sound foam. Put it on your walls, put it on the ceiling, dampen that area, dampen the door to the closet. Put some of it on the back of that door. Dampen the space. That's number three. Number four is make sure that when you're practicing, now you've got your dampened space, you've got your area, you shut all the doors and all the windows in your apartment. The door of the closet, the door of the room that the closet's in, any external doors that may be open, balcony doors, shut all your windows. A lot of noise is going to escape through the windows up into the neighbor's window. Same thing, do the living room windows, all of it. And that will start to dampen some of the noise. So then you want to do step five. Step five is create a lot of white noise. So by that, I mean turn on every fan in the house. So turn on the kitchen fan with the oven fan, even if it's across the room. It's going to put a noise buffer and cause some phase between you and the neighboring properties. Turn on the air conditioning fan full blast. Turn on little fans in the room right outside of your closet, okay, so to really deaden the noise. So create a lot of white noise, because many times you can't hear it through the white noise. And step number six is going to be, there are products you can actually buy. I don't have any corporate endorsements or anything, so I'm just mentioning these products because they happen to exist. They're the designs that exist. And if you've used any of them, I'd love for you to comment in the section below. Tell me how you feel about the products if you bought them. I had a couple students buy some of these things, so just let me know what you think about them. One of them is this thing called Isovox, like a booth that you can kind of put your head in, and it's supposed to isolate the sound. I've seen it at NAMM. It was really cool, so check that out. And then the other thing that I've seen is called a belt box, and it's like this device where you cup it onto your face and you can sing loudly. The only problem with the belt box would be that if you're new to singing and screaming, you may not actually hear what you're doing. It's really more for like a professional musician who needs to kind of warm up in a hotel, who already understands what they sound like. So if you are new, you may not want something like that cupping your face. You may want something more like the one that goes around your head. And also, too, there are like individual people around who build vocal booths, that you can put in your house and stuff. So there's a lot of things available. It just depends kind of on your budget. So these are all things that I would recommend, and these have been my ways of isolating areas in the past and rehearsing very loudly and practicing very loudly and giving loud lessons without disturbing neighbors in shared properties. So thanks a whole lot, and don't forget to subscribe, share these videos, and let me know. Leave your comments. Thank you so much for following me and supporting me, and leave your comments of what you want me to answer your questions next. Leave your comments about what videos you want to see. And also, don't forget that if you really need some lessons, I coach students all over the world every week via Skype and other video call platforms. So email me at voicehacks@gmail.com for lesson rates and scheduling, and maybe I can help you out. So thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you have a great day.